G'day all, welcome back to the channel and my little corner of Crazy Town as usual. Before we get to today's subject, which is that big boy right back there, I just wanted to give you a quick update on the CT970. No, I haven't started working on it yet, but I have polished these front panel buttons and I thought you might like to see them ahead of whenever I decide to get this video going. Took me 4 passes of the autosol to get them looking like this, and yeah, that is much better. I've still got some autosol stuck in the cracks back here, but I'll get it out. And I might do another pass or two yet, but this is about 4 passes with the stuff, and it's responding very well. Not sure what I'm going to do over here yet, but I would imagine it involves a bunch of Q-tips and a lot of patience, but we're not dealing with this deck today. We're dealing with that guy right there. So let me clear this guy off and we'll get started on that. Okay, folks, here we are with the Akai GXC-46D. So chosen because I had this thing set up as my birthday project this year. And hopefully, if you're seeing this, it's exactly 2 days after my birthday. I'm not sure. This could have a lot wrong with it that requires me to hold off on the video, but yeah, I'm starting this like 6 days before my birthday, and I'm hopefully getting it ready for the Saturday after my birthday. So my birthday would have been Thursday, so yeah, maybe it's Saturday now. I don't know. It's November 28th is my birthday, but yeah, we're going to get to this big old beast because it's exactly as old as I am. That's exactly what I intended for this year. Next year, I hope to get my dream boombox from 1983 set up, but those tend to be expensive, so I don't know if I can do it. I've been wanting to do that for years now, and hasn't quite worked out yet. But anyway, we got to get started on this. We know from the previous diagnosis video on this, and the other 8 tape decks I had in that video, is this thing doesn't play at all, doesn't do much of anything. Just throws a bunch of garbage into the output and the VU meters, and yeah, I don't even know if the head's any good on this. So we'll get as far as we can, and then maybe that'll be as far as we need to go. I don't know. We'll see. I do have belts in here. I had to special order them for this machine because it uses a special 1.5 millimeter thick square belt on the capstan, and I didn't have that, so it and one other are in here. I don't know if what that's for, but we'll figure it out as time goes by. So yeah, I'm not even going to power this up because we got to get into it right away. So yeah, let's start doing that. And I got to put this face down on the table. So let me get a pillow. I've got an old one here that I will use to protect this. I basically use this pillow for working out these days to protect my knees on concrete, which is something else I should be doing today, but probably won't get to. Okay, so this has been into before, because that screw's missing, and that screw's missing. So, yeah, that's not too surprising, though. It's from 1973. Of course it's going to have stuff done to it. Very rare to find something that's absolutely mint and untouched after 51 years, but here we are with this one. So this one is what's going to get serviced. I apologize if I sound a little more tired than usual. I had poutine for lunch. We've got a giant big dump of snow, and if you're Canadian, that's an excuse to just get out the French fries, the gravy, and the cheese curds and make poutine. And if you do the poutine right, the gravy comes out just hot enough to start melting the cheese curds, but not quite melt them all the way, and then you get this nice squeaky feeling when you bite into it, and boy howdy did I ever nail this one. But the downside of poutine is, if you do it right, it makes you very tired, and that's kind of where I am right now. So how does this come off? I gotta turn it around, I think. Okay, maybe the wood base comes off with it. Yes, that would be the deal here. See if I can get the power cord out. I'll set this aside. Oh, look at this thing. They don't build stuff like this anymore, I gotta tells ya. But yeah, here's the special capstan belt, and I can already tell it's on the way out. It's got flat spots everywhere. It's not too bad, but not too good either. And this is a synchronous motor, so there is no adjusting the speed on this thing. But you can set it up for 50 or 60 hertz, I do believe. So there's that. Anyhow, I gotta figure out how to get the top part of this thing apart. How does a guy do that, I wonder? Well, there's a screw. Oh, these are actually marked. Somebody marked these for me. Thank you, somebody. So we got a bunch of screws marked with an X here as to which to take apart to get to the top part of the assembly. Oh, there's another X right there. X marks the spot. Almost lost that screw because I'm not paying attention. Okay, are there any more screws? There very well could be more screws because it doesn't want to come apart yet. I'm looking for screws with X's on them. Where do I find those? Well, there's one down in there, past all these wires. It's not marked with an X, but clearly it holds the assembly in. Not really planning on recording with this. I'll just get it to a place where it's working. And hopefully I don't need to do any soldering either, because I still do not have a working solder station. DigiKey sent me the wrong one, so I'm having to send the one they sent back, and I believe they've got another new one coming in the correct flavor. Okay, I'm going to say that some of these screws up top here need to be taken out. That one, and that one. I don't know if you saw this other one. Oh yeah, it was on camera. Anyhow, the video where my solder station failed is next week. Unless this video is delayed. Okay, will it come out now? It looks like it may. I see spidey webs in here. Oh, there's another X screw here. Right in the middle of the deck. Nice of somebody to mark that for me. Feels like it's ready to come apart now. I'm guessing we will have to turn it over in order to do that. So let me shove the pillow up and out of the way. I will grab this thing by the side tabs on the chassis and do this. So, does the door come off? I don't think it does. If it does, I don't know how it does. I'm guessing it comes up from the back or something. I don't know. Maybe I still need my pillow here because I don't know what's going on with this. I don't think the service manual I was able to find is specific enough to get things happening up top there. Is there another screw I'm missing? Okay, I found another screw. It was right there. But yeah, the screws on this thing are not so easy to find. There's one there, of course, with the X on it. Then there's this one back here by the capacitor. And there's this one here and this one here. One there. One down in here. And then there's the three up top. And I think it's ready to come out now. I hope it's ready to come out now. We will find out if it's ready to come out now the hard way. But yeah, the old solder station is done. Or at least this part of it's done. The iron. Ceramic element failed. So, not a bad run for 16 years with a cheap Chinese solder station. I've got a new handle coming for it, but naturally it's coming from China via Canada Post, and Canada Post is on strike, and I can't get it here. So, let's see if this will come up now. What else do I need to do? Oh, I think it's coming apart now. Lost my ability to eject. Terrific. I shall have to fix that later. Hopefully I can still get this apart without the thing ejected. Okay, so I figured it out. You gotta kind of hinge it up from the back, and it's gonna get caught on a bunch of these switches, and you just gotta push them down out of the way. And you do need this ejected first, so keep that in mind. So yeah, it kind of just hinges up, and then you gotta push down these switches in front, and it's gonna fight you, and you're gonna get angry, and you're still gonna win. So yeah, that's how that works. I hope I can get this put back together properly again, but yeah, these meters are gonna fight me, I think. So, just taking a look at the lubrication up here. It's all still good after 51 years. But what I would like to do, since we were missing a channel, is I want to see if the heads are open, or if the head is open. Let me get the meter here and we'll find out. Let's see if I can set this up anywhere you can see it. Probably not. Okay, there we go. I think you can see. $318 ohms for the top coil, and the bottom coil is 320, so the head is fine. Good. We are not missing a channel because of an open head. It's all electronics on this. I'll just check the pinch roller, and the pinch roller is still good. That must have been replaced. Because they don't stay that good otherwise. But yeah, it looks like we've got rubber idlers around the spindles. Or, yeah, that's what I want to call them, is spindles. I believe this lamp up here is still good. The one you can't see that I'm pointing at right there. But yeah, there's our synchronous Capstan motor. Yeah, it looks like most of what I need to do is underneath. Not sure if I'm going to rubber renew these or if I'm going to try to find actual O-rings that work with these. I think I may have to, honestly. Anyway, clearly we have to do the underside first because that's where all the capstan and other stuff is. So hopefully I can do this without damaging my meters. Nice soft place to sit for my 51-year-old tape deck. Okay, so what do we got to do under here? Well, I see a bunch of rubber-related stuff that might have to be replaced. Okay, the recording switches are right in here. They're just all in a row up there, so hopefully once I clean those, that'll get the audio side of this working, but I am going to need this board out of my way. Looks like 2 screws, but there might be more than 2 screws. Okay, yeah, easy peasy. Getting under there. But yeah, I'm counting 1, 2, 3 belts now. This one here is going to be for the reel drive, and it actually seems like it's still good. That one there. But we've got a rubber tire around here, and we got a rubber tire around the spindles, or the reel tables, or whatever you call them. Like I said, I'm in a poutine-induced coma, and I'm just basically talking my way through it. So yeah, I kind of want to power this up, and I want to see exactly what the deal is with the reel tables and such. Power is on. Oh, maybe that lamp is out. I don't know. Well, that one works. Okay, what buttons am I operating? Okay, that's play right there. Why is it not going into play? There's a belt under there that's stuck or something. Oh, the record lamp is working. It's down here. Wonder why this thing's firing. I wouldn't think it would require the top cover to be in place to actually play something, but maybe that is the case. I can hear this motor bogging out when I go for fast forward. Oh, that belt is, or that reel table is just kind of stuck in place there. There is a belt around it, probably for the counter. So let me shut it off and I'll get the pillow back and we'll see what we can see underneath. Alright, so I think I might have found the problem with at least playback. This is seized right up here. So we're going to have to do something about that. That is the counter, I do believe. I would completely disconnect the counter except for one thing. This is the sensor that tells the machine whether or not the tape is actually moving. So I don't know that that is going to work. So I'm going to put this up on its side again. Yeah, the counter is just seized up. That is why it's not playing. So I'm going to have to take the counter off and try to rehabilitate on it. But of course we got to do all the usual stuff first. At the very least, and clean and lube the capstan and new belt and whatnot. And yeah, this grease is not so good. After 50 years, you can see it right there. That's just all kinds of nasty. It's basically turned to goo at this point. She's 50. Everything's just a little bit stiff after all this time. Ask me how I know. And yes, basically I've stopped aging at this point, so I'm 50 until I basically croak now. Okay, yeah, this belt is kind of glazed over, so it's going bye-bye. Pull the capstan right there. Actually, there's an oil keeper right here. It's a clear one. Hard to see, but it's right there. And I'm going to have to put this somewhere where I can find it again, like on top of the bracket that holds this down. But I just want to put this right back, and lube is still good. I don't even need to do anything there. Gotta love it. I'll clean off the shaft, and that's probably all I will do on this one, because no need to reuse or no need to replace perfectly good oil. So I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol for this one, because clearly this has been serviced before. The oil still wouldn't be this good, or the oil wouldn't be still this good otherwise. And I didn't clean off the thrust bearing on this side, did I? So I'll just grab it here. Do this on camera. You can see the oil control washer there. Just got to remember not to lose it. I'm going to put this up out of the way so I can find it again. All right, now what do we do next? Oh, I'm just having a look at these idlers here. A lot of these seem like they're still good. Let me see if I can get this one off. Okay, this one's off. It is kind of hard and glazed a little bit. And this profile, I'm not going to find this one, so I'm going to rubber renew this one. I'll just get that out now so it's ready. So where are my calipers? Let me zero this out. It's screwing up here. 1.9 millimeters thick. So let me remeasure this just in case. Oh no, it was not accurate before. So it's 32 millimeters now, outer diameter. And 23 internal. Maybe 22. Somewhere in there. But yeah, this one's going right back on because it's not bad. This one here, I might have a replacement for because it's a little bit of a smaller one. I'll have to get it out of that set of Chinese ones I got. I'll do that in a second. I don't think it's fully seated yet, but at least we'll get really high wow and flutter out of it now. Possibly. Lots of little tiny E-clips on this thing. Like right there's a really small one. So I'll pull this belt off now. No need to lube that, thankfully. All of those are running well. Thank goodness. I got the belt dimensions off my PRB cross-reference, so I'll have to put all that stuff in the video description later, what I'm using. Oh, this belt is tight compared to the old one. This one's going to be a 1.5 millimeter thickness one, square belt. But yeah, that's good. How's this for lube? Not so good. Don't know if I can lube that up or not. Okay, how do I deal with this? Well, there's a clip to take out here, and there's a spring down here. I'm going to have to remember where to reconnect. Just disconnect it now. But it's coming off. Just about lost it too. So yeah, looks like we've got a little pinion against some felt there. I'm going to clean that off for sure, I think. But yeah, it feels like I could use a little bit of oil in this, so I'm going to get my syringe out and we'll do that. But first I want to see if I've got a tire for this. This one is not in as good a shape as the other one was. Might have to rubber renew this too, so I really want to try avoid using tools if I have to. Oh, that one was a problem child. And it's another weird size. I don't think I'm going to have this. So, yes, where's my calipers again? This tire about 14.2 millimeters internal, so 14 would probably be the right one. External is about 22. You don't have to get the exact perfect size on many of these idlers because a lot of them will work if they're a little small or a little big. But yeah, I'm going to have to rubber renew this one as well because I guarantee you I do not have that tire. But yeah, I gotta put it back in here now. Alright, just to be safe, this is the outer diameter when it's in the or when it's on. It's 22.6. So yeah, I'd probably shoot for a 23 millimeter outer diameter on that one if I could find one. But yeah, let me get this clip out before I lose it. Okay, oil syringe. And we'll see if we can get this lubed up. Let's get a little oil right in this bearing up top here. Should do it. There's probably no oil in this thing again. I'm going to do it a little different. I'm not going to use the Molykote or the Andorol on that one. I'm going to use my sewing machine oil, I think. This is not a machine for critical listening, so I'm not going to worry about using substandard oil on this. Okay. Got some in there. Don't know that I really want to do this to the other side of this because of this felt pad back here. Okay, that's moving better now. I think she's happy. I'm gonna put some moly coat on here. It doesn't need it really on any of these pivots, I don't think, but while we're here and taking stuff apart, let's just put a little on. It won't hurt. I don't think it's going to help, but it won't hurt. Because it seems like this thing's built to last the long haul. Don't often see decks built like this anymore. Okay, let me just try and get this spring to... I don't know if I can get it to go back in yet or not. Let me get some tweezers. This is more of a general service rather than a full restoration or whatnot. It's my birthday. I don't want to work too hard. All right, spring is back in. Now if I could just put this in the right way. Wait, that was the right way, wasn't it? Yes, 'twas. I forgot to clean the little pintle on the end of that. Let me do that now. Iso alcohol. I'm not messing around with acetone here. And self, like I said, put it in the right way. Wait a minute. I have to get that counter belt off, don't I? Oh, I can do it from here. I don't have to leave that removed. Just putting a little moly coat where this clip goes in. Okay, so that's done. Remind me to rubber renew that later. This other one, I don't think I'll even take out of the pulley, or maybe I will, I don't know. Next part, I think I'm going to have to remove this do-jangler up here. Zoom in so you can see a little better. This arm has to come out. Trying to work this clip over towards the towards me so I can just get it off with pliers. And hopefully not have it go flying like the last one did. This is just here to hold in the idler arm in the middle here, looks like. So I'm just going to take it off entirely, and now we can get the counter belt out. And we'll need to find a new one of those, and in order to get this out completely, I have to take this bracket out, it looks like. Okay. And we just got a reel table out. Might as well check the lube on it now. It's in good shape. And we got 2 rubber idlers on this thing. One in the up here and one down underneath. Delightful. But I'm going to need to find a counterbelt for this. So I'll just set it down in front of me and I'll just... Oh yeah, the counter is just frozen right up. There's just nothing there. I should flip this over and service that right now, actually. Oh, interesting. There are no brake shoes. Instead, the deck relies on this rubber idler, this big one down underneath to stop the reels. That's an interesting way to do it. Anyhow, yeah, I think I want to deal with this counter now. So I'm going to put this reel table and that belt up top here, along with the screws that hold it down. And I got to put this board back in so I can flip the deck over again. Because we got to get to the counter from the other side. I'll just run one of these screws back into the board so it doesn't go flopping around all over the place and breaking stuff. Okay, where's the screw hole? How am I supposed to screw up if I can't find the screw hole? Top side. How do I get this counter out? Just 2 screws, it looks like. 1 screwy wooey. 2 screwy rooies. But yeah, DigiKey is sending me the proper solder station now. At least they claim to be. I don't know if they're actually doing it. Oh, good Lord. This is just not good. I would like to pull this shaft out entirely and thoroughly clean and re-lube. I don't know if I can do that, though. I might break something trying to do that. Is this just press fit, I wonder? It looks like it is. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. It's not working. But we have to do something about this, otherwise it's not gonna work properly. There's an oil keeper underneath the worm gear. And there's one underneath the pulley itself. All right, I'm gonna fill a syringe full of isopropyl alcohol and we're gonna try to flush that out. And then I'll use the sewing machine oil to lube. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? Use my fingernail to get a space here to get the syringe into. That does not want to cooperate. Oh, that's already loosened it up. Big time. Just getting rid of all the old gunky grease up in there did it. So let me shoot some more in under here. And the isopropyl alcohol will hopefully work its way through the shaft, and then we can get some oil in there. So this is going to work now. At least I hope it's going to work now. I'll clean this pulley while I'm here. Must have a cut or something because my finger's burning. That's what alcohol does. Finds your nearest wound and makes you miserable. I actually want to clean that out again, at least on the pulley side here, because there's still a lot of gunk in there. Now it's real easy to move. Good. Oh yeah, it's freewheeling now. I just gotta wait for that to dry out so I can get some oil in there. So I'm gonna put that aside for the moment. And what will I do next? Well, let's see if we can find idlers for this side of things. This larger one is kind of cracked and glazed. And it's going to be another really thick one, it looks like. How about this one up top here? Same deal. Do I even have any idlers that are going to friggin' work for this thing? Probably not. So, yeah. Might be totally out of luck when it comes to idlers on this. So yeah, this is going to be a full rubber renew job. It's just going that way. I'll measure outer diameters of these two, but internals you're going to have to guess. Okay, it's 21.8 for the smaller one, and it's 27.6 for the bigger one. And thickness is going to be about 2 millimeters for the top one and 1.6 for this bottom one. So yeah, I've got O-rings that would probably work in this, but these are not so far gone that they're needing to be changed yet. And as for this area here, I'm going to say 4 millimeters. So yeah, 4 millimeters in there. So if this is 30 or 28 millimeters, you'd subtract 8 millimeters and you'd get 20 for the internal diameter. That seems about right. Well, maybe not. That might actually be 5 millimeter thickness in there. As for this one, I don't know. I think it's probably 4 millimeters or something like that. And, oh, there's a felt slip clutch in there. Interesting. Well, I'm not doing anything with that, so forget about that. So, what do I want to do now? I'm still waiting for that idler or for the counter to dry so I can get that serviced, but I think what we can do is just go ahead with the rubber renew right now. I smell cancer. Rubber renew is not the best stuff to inhale, if you know what I mean. Is this the ideal situation? No, but it's a 51-year-old tape deck. The oldest by far I have ever worked on. And it is what it is. I'm not throwing the whole wallet at this thing. It's a nice novelty, but I just don't care for these top loaders at all, really. Unless I can find a full idler kit for this, this is probably about the best I can do for it. Okay, I'm going to do this top one off camera, and then we'll pick back up. So I just got the two idlers done on the take-up reel, and I think we're about ready to go ahead and oil this. I hope. I just need to find a way to get some oil into this thing. Not the easiest proposition, because there are these oil control washers here that keep grease from getting where it's not supposed to go. Actually, it's probably best to do this from the counter side of this, because it's going to be easier for me to get a fingernail on this oil control washer. So I got a fingernail in there now. I'm going to take my sewing machine oil and I'm just going to get some in there, I hope. That seems to be helping, and I can't get anything into this this top section here, so I'm just going to have to hope the oil goes where it needs to get. It's really moving well now. Just wipe off the excess oil and we can reinstall this, I think. It's moving well. I'm happy. I just want to check this other pulley here, this one for the shutoff sensor. I know you can't see it, but it's moving well. I'll show it to you here. Right there. That's where the shutoff sensor is, so that should be good. All right. Now we need a new counter belt is what we need, so let me go find that real quick. The old one is $88 times 2, and whatever that comes out to, but the new one is going to be just a little smaller. That's the one I found. 84 is the actual calculated diameter, or half diameter I needed, but that's the best one I could find, so that one's going in. So let me throw away the old one. This is 1 millimeter square, by the way, and we need the reel table so we can put the belt in. Let's see, how did this go again? I think it kind of went like this. Now if I can get that reel table to go back down where it's supposed to go, we'll be set. Gotta pull the brake out of the way is what I gotta do. Brake is not out of the way, but it is now. All right, that should be set now, and we gotta just get the belt on the pulley. And that should be good to go now. Should be. Is it though? Probably got to release the brakes in order to find out. I don't know if it's working. I'm going to have to get the low stress off the top of the mechanism to find out here. I might have to actually put this back together in order to find out whether or not that even works. I think it's working, but yeah, I just don't know yet. If I apply direct pressure here, it does work, but not if I do it from here. All right, yes, I almost forgot. Rubber renew on the other idler, this big one. Let's do that one. Because if I'm not replacing them, they have to be reconditioned somehow. And you can see just how this idler is after 51 years. Yeah, I'm going to want to go over that a couple times. All right, I'm going to call it a day right there, at least for the rubber renew, because that stuff stinks and I don't really want to inhale much of it. So, oil keeper back on. I'll grab a little molly coat for the thrust bearing. You probably can't see what I'm doing, can you? It's probably more than enough. Just making sure everything's engaging properly here. It would be good if I put the new belt on first, wouldn't it? New belts are kind of important for a machine this old. All right, here's the new belt for the Capstan. Like a glove. Now if I can figure out where I put the things for that, I can put the things back in for that. The things being the screws. And I forgot to put something else in. I hope I can do it without having to pull this back out. This has got to go back in, this thing. And that's easy enough to put back in, isn't it? Okay, we should be about ready to test this now. See if it's working any better. It sure should be, after what I just did for it. Oh, before I forget, let me get my Electrosolve. And we'll just go ahead and clean the record switches. They are just right up yonder. See if I can show you. They're just right up in there. And give them a few actuations. That should make them happy. Reinstall the board, then we can test. Okay, about to apply power. Power on. Okay, play. Nothing. Oh, well, we got this going now. Oh, if I take it off of pause, maybe this will work. Yes, it works. Decent torque now. We've got full deflection on one of the meters, so let's try and clean the record switch. A little bit more. No, there is still a problem. Let's see if it attempts audio at all. I'm not going to hook up speakers just yet. I just want to see what the meters do right now. This thing might have more serious problems than just lubrication. Let me hook up some audio. Okay, let's see what happens. Nobody home on the left channel. it's muting properly. Fast wind is fully working. Okay, so we got to go looking for an audio problem on this. We got just humming on one channel and full audio on the other channel, so I'm going to have to look for this. It's going to be a pain to find this, I think, but I will see what I can do. Well, folks, I found the problem and the news isn't good. Well, I found more than one problem, but we'll get into the smaller of the two problems in a second here, but listen to this. You see how I now have a working left channel but no working right? That's because I swapped the head leads around. We've got a dead channel in the head. So, what to do about that? Well, I don't know. I'm going to try to resolder the at the head here. I don't know if there's anything else I can do, but we'll see what happens. I've got another problem to talk to you about here, but I got to reorganize here in order to tell you about this, because I got stuff everywhere and I need to get this guy back out of the way so I can undo my channel swapping here. This is the head inputs, or the inputs from the head, I should say. Blue is right channel, yellow is left channel, and it's the yellow side that's not giving me anything. As you can see, I got them swapped around right now. But there were other problems. And you may not be surprised to find this is the problem. Or a problem, I should say. These things are dead. They're the usual Matsushita crap purple capacitors that always fail. And I'll show you what these are measuring right now. They're supposed to be 0.47 microfarads. Zoom out so you can see what I'm doing a little better here. 386 nanofarads. Well, actually, that's not quite so bad, but 74 ohms ESR, also not good either. Yeah, this one's a little bit closer to the right value, but still really, really high ESR. So I did have those. What I've got in there right now are some extremely hard to get these days UES bipolar 4.7s, because that's what the old ones were, but that wasn't the problem. The problem is the head. So I got to figure out what to do about that. So stand by. Well, folks, I tried. She needs a new head. No way around it. I thought the head was okay based on my measurements at first, but no, it's not okay. I've tested the wires back and forth from the head. They're fine. And as you heard, that when I swapped the two heads around at the audio board, the symptoms followed the channel. So, yeah, I got to try and find a new head for this, because that's the only way to fix it. I took the entire head out. I tried to reflow the connections at the head itself, but this iron does not really do that very well. So yeah, I'm going to have to try and find a head for this, and I'm going to have to wait for a new solder station to show up so I can replace it. There's no point continuing any further with this deck otherwise. So sad ending for this video, but I'm going to try and find a head for this. I'm not done with this yet, so yeah, but yeah, for this one, or for this video, that's going to have to conclude things. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care.